Alright, YouTube, story time. So I just did a quick little video on how to sharpen a chainsaw chain with a grinder. Now, this is probably one of the most controversial things on YouTube with chainsaws, is filing chains and hand filing and doing all sorts of kind of things with chainsaw chain. Square ground, round ground, machine ground, to ground, square ground, machine ground, round ground, so many different things. So I was taught by a few people, same family. There was Jack, Travis, Troy, and Tyson. Now Jack, he was the first Cache Valley steel dealer in northern Utah, Cache Valley. I think it was back in 1970 something, maybe a little later. I can't remember. But collectively, there's probably 100 years of knowledge there that I got to learn. Now, it's kind of funny. They taught me that you want it as close to factory as possibly. The shape, everything. So that's pretty dang close. Sorry, I got this on 4K, so it's super awesome. There's no burn marks, no nothing. We'll see if we can get in there and zoom. Look at that. That's pretty nice right there. And then let's see if we can make that one. So not exactly the most perfect, but pretty dang close. So it's really funny when you talk to people, they're like, oh yeah, this is the best way, this is the only way. So there's the gullet right there. Focus right there at the bottom. So I try to come all the way down so if I can find a pointer of some sort. I try to come all the way down to this bottom piece right here. Now if you have a steel dealer, have them get onto the steel training website, and one of their videos is how to grind chain using their chainsaw sharpener. They tell you not to go past this point right there. So if you listen to Buck and Billy Ray, he does the little C, which is right there. And then you got the big C, which comes all the way down. Now he's 100%. The gullet is where the cutting tooth is where your grind is. So if you take it from right here to right there, this bottom piece is your gullet. Now if you have the big C, like he says, comes all the way down, that part's your gullet. Little C, big C. So I've kind of got a combination of both right here, but this is also machine ground, not hand filed. I like to hand file and I like to machine grind, especially if I hit a bad rock or a piece of metal inside a wood, or if I'm milling. I like to have my own. I like to be able to grind my angles a different direction. Yes, my bar is upside down. It has absolutely nothing to do with the actual bar. Some bars there is, because they have a little, look at the little smiley face. I don't even know where that came from, but that's kind of funny. Some bars on the tip actually literally come up at an angle like this, so you can only run them one direction. These are you flip them. And so I didn't need to set the rakers because I already previously ground this. I already ground the rakers down, and so I took off equally amount on each tooth to make sure I didn't have to hit the rakers again. So I set these at 30 thousandths to my last grind on this chain. and then now it's probably like at 28 thousandths because I took a little bit more off. I changed up my stone a little bit. I did a little bit of extras. I didn't like the way it was cutting priorly, so I changed things up. The pleasure of having a ground chain. Now, everybody has their own method of showing how tight they are. Now, these four gentlemen, they also had their methods. One of their methods they taught me, ignore the ghost energy drink in the back right there. You know, if Ghost is watching this and they want to sponsor me, that'd be great, because I drink enough of them. Anyway, is if you can pull that chain like this, focus, without pulling it across the table, that is perfect. Okay, when you start going across, if you start pulling it across the table, then you got too much tension. Another good way is to, if you can raise up if you have 3 drivers, if you can pick it up 3 drivers, that's about right. So technically I might be a skosh tight. There's 1, 2, 3. If you have any questions about this, go ahead and contact me and we can discuss it, and I can make a video about it. Like, subscribe, thanks.